What's happening, connoisseurs? It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on The Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. Also home to the best MJ community. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday, August 31st. It's a long weekend. Hope you're doing well. In this video, we're going to do another rapid-fire news update for the period August 24th to the 30th. There's a lot to get to, so we'll get right to it. And again, it's not a deep dive detail or anything like that on the news. It's just a high-level overview in case you missed it, and then you can dig into it more on your own time. Also, shout out to all of the new channel members. Really do appreciate all of the support, launched member-only videos, and a bunch of other perks. So you can check that out if you're interested. Before we get started, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. As always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a financial advisor, and you should never buy or sell anything based on anything that I say or write. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. And fun fact, it looks like X is working on a YouTube competitor app as well. So stay tuned for more on that. Introducing Wanderous by Wana, a new online marketplace for direct-to-consumer hemp-derived THC and CBD products, which we know is going to be acquired. It's already in the process of being acquired by Canopy. So I think they're like 75% done of that one. And this is going to be a trend that we're going to see for a while now. Cureleaf launched their hemp-derived lineup, and they're going to be in 25 states. And then we should see something from Tilray as well. They mentioned they're going to be launching beverages. Their formulations are ready, and they're going to be starting in Texas and New Jersey. And then more than likely the rest of those other 25 states that Cureleaf is also operating. So this is going to be a huge segment, so keep an eye on that. Also, DEA, MJ rescheduling hearing won't happen until after the general election. So this is something that cratered the market over the last week. I've done videos on this. If you haven't seen those, check that out. I'll give my thoughts and opinions in those videos. Also, Entourage Health reports second quarter 2024 financial results. Their total revenue was $12.2 million, and demonstrating that the company's solid momentum year over year and ongoing growth in a rapidly expanding bulk sales market. Also, MJ Compound has anti-aging effect on the brain. Study of mice dosed with THC finds. So again, just imagine, once we get rescheduling, once we get full-blown legalization, the more research, the more studies that are done. Couple that with the help of AI, I really think we're going into an interesting time where we could see major scientific breakthroughs with regards to this plant and medicine of the future. Also, Grown Rogue reported second quarter 2024 results. They had record quarterly revenue of $7.7 million compared to $6.3 million in the 3 months ended July 31st, 2023, which was an increase of 23%. So again, if you want to learn more, you can check that out. Also, MJ MSO Ascend appoints new CEO and CFO in leadership shakeup. So I'm not sure if many people saw that coming. It's not a company I follow very closely. Not very bullish on them, to be honest. I'd say they more than likely will be acquired by some other big operator at some point. Also, Home Depot, will stop testing workers for MJ and limit drug screening for most employees, internal memo shows. It's kind of funny because every time I drive by Home Depot, I always think Home Depot, and it really is now home of the pot. RIV Capital reports financial results for the second quarter ended June 30th, 2024. The company had quarterly revenue of $3.8 million, up 112% year over year and 77% quarter over quarter. So decent financial results there. Again, if you missed it, you can check that out on your own time. Intercure announces expansion of its strategic partnership with Cookies to Germany, as Germany is looking to fast track Pillar 2 as well. Going to be a huge market, double the population of Canada, and the European Union, the UK, is double the population of the US. So going to be a huge market once the rest of the EU follow suit as well. Also, MJ banking reform still needed if rescheduling occurs, report says, and we could see banking happen in a lame duck session. Also, Florida poll shows 57% of voters support Amendment 3 to legalize MJ. Just 34% are opposed, and 9% of voters remain undecided. I think that it's going to get passed somewhere around that 65, mid-60 percentile. And we also had Trump commenting he's in support of it as well, which we'll discuss here in a moment. How MJ rescheduling delay could be a positive turn of events. And I did a video on this as well, how the hearing could be a positive thing. If you haven't seen that, check it out for my full thoughts and opinions on that. Also, SNDL wins stalking horse bid to buy MJ Edibles producer Indiva. And we know that they've been kind of going after distressed assets lately, so we'll see if they can turn this around. Red, White, and Bloom reports second quarter 2024 financial results. And again, if you want to check that out, you can do so in your own time, just an effort at time, going to move right along. Also, Democratic Congresswoman endorses Florida MJ legalization ballot measure after previously voicing mixed opinions. And that was none other than Lois Frankel. said in a press release on Thursday that she's taken a closer look at Amendment 3 and will support it. So everybody's starting to capitulate. Ron DeClown saying that he's continues to be a clown. He doubles down on his clown stance and opposition to Florida MJ legalization as state and national polls show bipartisan support. So this guy basically hates Florida, basically hates America, hates democracy, and hates you, the American people. If you're an American and you listen to my voice, this guy hates you, essentially, right? So you should vote this guy out, and he can go back to clown school where he belongs. Also, in the United States, Congress legislation to deschedule MJ and allow for expungement to pass MJ offenses has 113 sponsors, and this is crazy. Like, again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So here's all the 113 members of U.S. Congress sponsoring legislation to deschedule MJ and allow expungements. So it goes through them, and we have the CAOA, we have the MORE Act, the States Act. So there's a lot of effort and bills right now circulating through Congress and different areas of the government to try and get descheduling, right? Ultimately follow in the footsteps of Germany and Canada and fully legalize it, remove it from the CSA. And I think that's ultimately where we'll end up. But I think rescheduling is the most likely scenario, and then they'll do the incremental approach. And then by the time the next elections come around in 4 years, I think that's when it'll get legalized. U.S. is never first, but they're never last either. Also, Trulieve to open Florida medical MJ dispensary in Cocao, Miramar Beach, Niceville, and Tampa. A couple of those I've never heard of before, but love to see it. Curaleaf launches innovative Jams Remix fast-acting ratio jellies. So they continue to just pump out new products, and like I said, that new hemp line as well in 25 states. That's definitely going to add to their revenue and their bottom line. Also, Ohio's adult use MJ sales settle around 10.5 million in the third week as they continue to see adult use rollout. And speaking of adult use, we'll get to that right now. Trump is supporting Florida MJ legalization ballot measure, but wants lawmakers to ban public smoking. This is just common sense, right? This is how Canada did it, right? Like, you can't light up a joint in the middle of downtown Edmonton or the downtown Toronto. Like, it's the same thing as drinking, right? You can't walk down the street and drink, right? You'll get a fine for it. So it's the same thing. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. Like, this is all common sense. And finally, we're starting to see common sense take an approach, a common sense taking approach by some of these officials and candidates and political campaigns. So love to see it. I think this is going to happen. I think now this is going to get us over the finish line. I also did a live stream on this. If you want my full thoughts and opinions on that, and if you want to see what the rest of the community says, we went through the live chat. It was a great session. It was about 40 minutes. I highly encourage you to check that out. But I think that's going to push it across the finish line, and I think we're going to come in somewhere around that 65 percentile in favor. Also, cannabinoid firm Avacana pays off debt with funds of $2 million in private placement. And I recently just interviewed the CEO of Avacana. So if you haven't seen that interview, you can check that out. I highly encourage you. It was very, very, they're a medical cannabinoid company here in Canada, and it was very, very insightful, and I think you'll really enjoy it. All right, enjoy your long weekend. It's Rod with Power Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth, and we'll see you again on the next video.